Welcome to the 6th episode of Chat Hell. Let's all hope we can get a full episode in this time. We're back at Chat Avenue in Boys Chat, and we're talking to a fellow by the name of Young TEAC. He claims he's a young teacher. He's a 24-year-old male, and that is right there for you to see. And I'm just going to tell him I'm a student. See where this goes. Okay, so he says, wish you were in my class now, okay? I'm just going to say, okay. Let's see where this goes. Remember, we're trying to exploit this website for what it really is. And for all those people that have been attacking me coming from this site, just you being here day in and day out just tells me that you support the actions that go on here. You know very well what happens. And so any thought of you being a decent human being has gone out the window. You being here means you support the site. You support the site, meaning that means you support the action that goes on in the site. Attacking teenagers and grooming them for sexual activity, all by mostly adults. And moderators such as NorCal, Mad Scribbler, Shadow Dancer, they stay here and they support these kind of actions. And so that should tell you what kind of people they are. Okay, he responds, we can make both hot love and secret. Okay. I'm going to say, okay, and then at that point, we're just going to Iggy him. We got everything we need. Once again, he thinks I'm 14. I mean, how much more evidence do y'all need that this chat site needs to be taken off the internet? Okay, I'm going to put this on pause. We're going to find another creeper. Okay, here's a fine example of two grown adults. This guy's clearly in his 20s. Arguing with another 20-year-old from Canada. Anders is from Australia. This guy here is from Canada. In a chat room for boys. Stirring up a heated debate over absolutely nothing. And come on, it's a chat site, guys. For boys, not for grown adults like you. What are you doing here? If you're not a moderator, what are you doing here? I agree the moderators should be adults. There should be some teen moderators too. They have a policy here that the moderators need to be at least 16. I think they're going to allow 13-year-olds to chat here. One of the younger ones should be a mod and should have some weight in the chat room. Teens know what they want. I let the kids run my site. I let the kids run party chat, and you know what? They do a heck of a lot better at keeping the creepers out than these guys ever could. And they're in their 20s, 30s, 40s trying to run this chat site for teens. And look at the horrible job they're doing for these teens. Ask yourself, would you let one of these moderators that run this site babysit your kid? If you can honestly say yes, there's something wrong with you. Telling you. There we go. Crazy guy with bipolar. It's not grooming, but here he is, exposed to your teens. Your teens see this. Two grown adults fighting like children in a chat room for boys. And this chatter, he's been here for years. What are they doing? Nothing. They're doing nothing. Your teen goes to forums and he complains to the CM, which is known as Chatmaster, who owns the site. It's completely ignored. All the evidence is deleted, and these people get to stay in this chat site to torment your teen, to exploit them for sexual activity. You name it. I won't rest until this chat site is sanctioned at best. So, and, bullying is an epidemic throughout the world, and here you have a grown man pulling this crap in a chat site for boys, and you have real teenagers in here seeing this. What kind of example is that for these teenagers? And come on, Maj, you cannot be supporting this. There's no way. You know what? Crony Chat's going to offer a reward for information leading to the identity of NorCal, Shadow Dancer, and Mad Scribbler. We'll offer a reward because I want to exploit these people for who they are. I want to get down to the heart of their community. I want their local people to know what they're doing. And I want them to come in here and see exactly what kind of a chat site that these grown men support. And I know that Mad Scribbler is a business owner, and so we should see how that reflects on his business. So I'll come up with a figure. And it's got to be good. It can't just be, one or two things. I need, because I'd like to put this in the media, but I want names, birth dates, addresses. I want it all. So I'll come up with a reward. I'll get back on here and tell you what it is in episode 7. And somebody's going to come and cough it up. And try to get a picture. Try to get a picture of them. And I'm gonna need to. It's gotta be legit, or I ain't giving no reward. It's gotta lead to. It's gotta lead to an investigation. So if we had names, we could get an investigation started. A serious investigation into the personal lives of these scumbags. Get them on sex offender registries and get them away from children. Now this is the moderator here who likes to pick on teenagers. Now keep in mind, Anders is a grown man, Shadow Dancer is a grown man, and these two in collaboration ganged up on a 14-year-old kid at the time he was 13 from Scotland, who I know really well, talk to his mom every day. This moderator, in conjunction with Anders, who's an adult, and Tyler, who's an adult, all ganged up on this one kid. They attacked his social media, and we're talking for like a year. Not just him, but his uncle Colin, his mom, even friended so many of the kids at their school, and then the school they actually had an assembly over this. The school actually took the kids out of class because of this and warned them against this individual called Shadow Dancer and the chat site Chat Avenue. These guys caused a lot of problems for this family, and Shadow Dancer is pretty much the mastermind behind that. And at best, he owes this kid an apology. Kid came in here one day just to chat and have fun. He's a pretty popular chatter in here. And two grown adults, Anders and Kevin, ganged up on the kid, accusing him of all sorts of false accusations and whatnot, and having no idea where any of it spawned from. And now the bullying took place. It was pretty bad. And finally, and Shadow Dancer was in as a guest and watched the whole thing take place. And finally, the kid tried to stick up for himself, and then Shadow Dancer comes in and berates the kid for doing so in a chat room for kids, allowing the adults to walk all over him. And this is what leads kids to suicidal thoughts and suicidal rants. And He should not be in a chat site involved with teenagers. And see, everybody in here right now is adults. There's no kids talking in here. Guest Buddy is an old man. Shadow Dancer's an adult. Darian's an adult. Everyone in here. Anders is an adult. They're all adults. Picking on little kids. In a chat site for kids. How brave of them. How this guy's a low-life piece of crap. He likes to take kids from this site to other sites to have them exploit themselves for nude images. I've had countless teens come to my chat site telling me about this particular chatter here. I've got his name highlighted. Named Shadow Dancer. Yorkshire, UK, something like that. So if anybody, like I said, I'm going to come up with rewards. If anybody has information about this guy, or anything I can use to have his ass bagged and tagged, I'll be coming up with a pretty hefty reward for such things. So here's Kevin that I was talking about. Another adult. And then here comes Anders, his partner in crime. Old man picking on kids. Supporting these two in the efforts picking on kids. Now the kid just went through the trouble of proving who he was. That did no good at all. So then this chat site isn't for teens at all. It's for adults. Because that's who they support. They don't support the kids who this chat room was created for. Every single one of these chatters are adults, including Shadow Dancer. The title's deceiving, don't you think? Come here, look. Boys chat. I'd say more adult chat. That's what it is. It's like these adults go to a playground and kick all the kids out. And then take over the playground. This is exactly what they're doing here. And they think it's cool. And then the administration, the Chat Avenue, supports this kind of behavior towards children. Shadow Dancer is a scumbag piece of shit who picks on kids, bullies and torments kids, and supports the other adults in here like Kevin and Anders who do the same exact thing. All right, I'm gonna show you another feature of this chat site. I'm gonna stir up some. I'm gonna stir some things up. Let's activate Anders. Let's show you something. All right, we're gonna stir up. We're gonna stir some stuff up. Now let's watch what happens. We just fired them up. Oh, here we go. We got grooming going on right in main chat. Any boys here? Chat with an older guy, PM me. Well, that's probably Shadow Dancer in his guest mode. He's the one that left. See what I typed? I typed pretty nasty. I don't like this guy. He likes to pick on kids, and I like to have my way with him. Look at this. You even have prostitution going on in here. I'll pay a master. That's prostitution. Hey, police officers, look what's going on. Where's the moderator? Where's the moderator? Yeah, what is a master? Well, we all know. Any gay bored to chat PM me? That's probably NorCal. Trying to get him some images. 41 years old, trying to get images off of a kid. Wait a second. Look at this. Old guy. We're talking 60s, 70s, 80s. Look at old guy. Talking about whips and handcuffs and a chat site for boys, people, for children. I want his information too. I want to know why he's talking to kids about whips and handcuffs, people. And the mod's in here as a guest. Why isn't the mod coming in and kicking his ass out for grooming these kids? There you go. He needs to be on the sex offenders registry right there. Here we go. Moderator. This is a moderator. Any boys here hard? This is probably Shadow Dancer in sheep's clothing because he ain't coming back in. He's looking to get himself. I don't even want to say it. There you go. There's Shadow Dancer right there. That's what he does. That's how sick this site is. I'm gonna start putting this on the new cop lip sync video things. I'm gonna put the link to the channel in the description, and every time they do a lip sync thing, I'm gonna put the most recent video of this on there. Let them see some of the juiciest content I can find until somebody does something about this. All right, Shadow Dancer reappears. Let's go see if the guest is gone. And guest 5845 or whatever it was is gone. He was the guest, like I told you, because what they do is they come in here as guests when they want to do their creeping on kids, and then they come and light up as a mod. There you go. That's exactly what he was doing. He just told, and he's an adult. That's exactly what he's doing. He just groomed these kids. And he's the moderator. Okay, that's it for this episode of Chat Hell. Once again, we have seen some interesting things. We only had the one encounter there, I believe. But as you can see, every time I log into this site, I get at least one or two perverts in here. And that tells you that every time your kid logs into this site, he gets one too. And the adults that are there know it's happening. This brought to you by CronySafe, a member of CronyChat. CronyChat is an anti-bullying online community.